Hello, Calculus 1. This week, your first exam opens on Thursday and will be open until Tuesday. You also have work for 4 sections that are due this week on Sunday. You'll need to make sure that you complete all the work for those sections before you consider taking the exam and doing the steps to get ready for the exam. So let's talk about the exam. This can be a little challenging because you need to either take the exam proctored by HonorLock on one of your own computers, or you need to go to a testing center to take the exam. If you are going to take the exam using HonorLock, you will need to take the HonorLock orientation quiz. There is a separate video that describes how to use HonorLock and how to get into the HonorLock orientation quiz. Please make sure that you go through that video and make sure that you understand what you need to do. HonorLock can be a little bit frustrating at first to get into, but once you get familiar with the platform, then it's pretty easy to navigate. So before you take your exam, you'll need to do that HonorLock orientation quiz, and then you also need to do the midterm exam number 1 review. This review is in MML, it's 25 problems, and you will get a grade in your discussions, guided thinking activities, and review part of your grade. And I have provided written solutions to problems that are similar to yours. They're not exactly the same, the numbers have been changed, but please make sure you go through these written solutions so that you can see the work that you need to do on the written part of your exam, the calculus that you have to show to get full credit on the written portion of your exam. And so make sure that you really go through those review solutions to see what you need to do. So you've taken the HonorLock quiz, you've done the review and checked my solutions, then you're ready to take the exam number 1. Again, it's through HonorLock, and you will be familiar with that. And if you are want to test at a testing center, you will need to make an appointment at the testing center, at whatever campus that you want to go to. If you go to here, exam access HonorLock exams here. If you go here, there's links to the testing center. You will also go here to enter your exam and enter the HonorLock orientation quiz. And so everything for your exams goes through this link. You can also go here. The details about the exam, you have 2.5 hours to take the exam. I do not think it will take that long, but I want to make sure that you have an ample amount of time to take the exam. Again, it's due on Tuesday along with the review. They're both due on Tuesday, but I really suggest that you try to start it before like 10 o'clock on Tuesday evening, because I don't want you to feel rushed. 2.5 hours. Let's see, you have access to the formula sheet that is attached below, so that you will have a link to the formula sheet. If you're taking it at a testing center, they will provide the formula sheet for you. You can use your own graphing calculator, but you will also have access to Desmos. Again, in the HonorLock orientation quiz, you can play around with Desmos and make sure that you can get to that link in Desmos. But you will have access to it, so you don't need a graphing calculator. All the exam problems are on MML. They're very much like the review problems that you will be doing on MML. It will look very similar. There are 14 questions. The first 11 questions are multiple choice or fill in the blank. You can write down your work, but you do not need to submit that work for problems 1 through 11. I will just grade it based on your answers that you enter into HonorLock. I will go through those, into MML. I will go through those and make sure that there's not you didn't get it wrong because of some formatting issue or something like that, and try to give you partial credit if possible. But problems 12 through 14 are your written response problems, and you will need to show your work, make it very neat and readable. Make sure you circle number 12 and show your work for number 12 so that I can find it, and then 13 and then 14. And then you will go to the assignments tab and you will submit your work for exam number 1 in the assignments tab. And you'll need to do that immediately after you take the exam. If you are taking the exam at a testing center, they will scan your work and send it to me, so you don't have to worry about submitting anything to an assignments tab. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else. Make sure that you ask questions as needed, and I hope you have a good exam experience.